Okay, Donny Walker. Okay, kind of a funny thing went on here. So a friend of mine, Matt Vickberg, brought me this 500i here. He bought used off a guy online. I didn't know who it was. He said, Donny, can you walkerize this, please? Do the muffler the old school, and do your thing to it. And he bought the air filter kit for it, the Max Flow kit, which is in a bag right here, and whatnot, right? I said, yeah, okay, no problem, man. So I took it apart today, and then I noticed, yeah, someone has definitely worked on this saw. So I called him up and I said, well, who'd you buy it from? He goes, oh, this John guy. Oh, John Rutherford. And like, kind of a small world, eh? A friend of mine, John Rutherford, does saws too. Is very good mechanic, very good. Outboards, saws, everything you can think of. A lot more talent than I got. I don't know how to do that kind of stuff. I probably could if I learned it. But anyways, funny situation there. So this saw was actually built out of two saws. So as I took it apart, I noticed that, yeah, like it had been worked on. I'm like, well, wondering why had it been worked on, right? And there was a few blemishes on the piston. Those type of blemishes on the piston that I've noticed on a lot of other type of pistons, because I've taken thousands and thousands of chainsaws apart in my lifetime. It had all those little marks on it, like a bearing cage had went through and messed that piston up a little bit. Not that bad though, okay? Don't get me wrong. Like Matt there, by the way, you own the saw. It wasn't that bad. I cleaned it up with a bit of Scotch-Brite and whatnot, but it was fine the way it was. But I wanted to clean it up a bit because I ported it, and then I also raised the compression on it. Then I modded the muffler to the old school way that I've done it for years. I increased this side here. This side here, normally your pinky can barely fit through the hole. So now, pretty much, you can get a 3-finger in there, right? Increase that big time. Made an outlet here so it blows out this way. Okay? Nothing at your face when you're up like that when you're falling, doing your side cuts and whatnot. And this side here is blowing out here away from you. And because they don't have heat, you can at least wrap your hand around and warm your hand a bit as you're using the saw. And that's why a lot of people have liked these old school type mufflers like that before. I believe this probably gives you probably the same horsepower as a Bark Box or an Egan or other ones that I've done. But I like this style, and it also suits the forestry regulations here in BC. And so people don't get in trouble having one that's going to like burn a tree up or doesn't have a screen for fire protection, right? So anyways, yeah. So I've done that. I'm going to change this top cover. I think I've showed you guys before on these 500s. I'm going to put a Max Flow muffler on this, so that's why I'm taking this off right now. Boom. Get rid of this. I'm putting the Max Flow on, and Matt has some foam filter oil from his dirt bikes to put on there. So this cover here, if you notice already, is missing like 2 of the 3 pegs where it sits in these steel like grommets and rubbers and moves around. Okay, they didn't really engineer this quite right. This thing should have snapped down harder, so this thing doesn't move around. As it moves around, these little things break and it gets all wobbly. So you go through a lot of these covers. So what I've done on a lot of guys' saws, I take this top snap piece and I take this out of the rubber piece here, and I weld a 6mm bolt by 125, and then when I put it back in here with that bolt, the 6mm bolt, I put a washer on top of the cover with a 6mm nut, a lock nut, and suck this thing right down harder. So you don't do it too hard that it's really pressing hard, but you do it enough so it's got some pressure on it. So the thing doesn't do this, right? It does this, and that's why these break. If it's not moving, it doesn't do that. So that's one custom part I do to it. I'm going to do this to Matt's tonight. And on when you do the max flow filter too, you have to. There's little nubbins right here on the side of the 500. You need to grind that off so when the foam filter goes on here, it seals properly all around this whole filtering area system. I've also blocked off the decomp on this one because I hate them in the head, and I've found a lot of these 500s leaking in the decomps after they've been used for a while. So I blocked that off. And then when I get the new cover and put it on here, I'm gonna take some Gorilla Glue, super glue, and glue a nickel in there, a Canadian nickel, a beaver. So yeah, that's what I'm doing to these. And right after this, I'm going to show you a video of me running it today. I made a bunch of cuts with it, and Kevin Cuddy did too there on his wood lot. He lets me come over there and try my saws and do some cuts. Thank you very much, Kevin, for letting me do that all the time. And then I also go up to my friend Dave's woodlot too. That I'm probably going to be going there tomorrow and doing that. Test out 2100 or Chris Macarento's there. Hope I said that right again. Anyways, yeah, great saws, these 500 eyes. You're gonna do some upgrades for sure for the West Coast wood. But overall, they've been working very well. There's been some issues with them, but nothing to really be worried about. You know, they are a little weak in some areas. You need to change that bar plate to the better one, the old 0661 or 0461, because the new ones they come with are just a piece of tin garbage. The clutch drums and clutches wear out fairly quickly, so watch your wear of your clutch. You should be greasing your bearing in your oiler in your clutch drum once in a while. And if you find the clutch drums get a lot of wear, more side to side than that, you should be checking that out. Checking out, if it's not oiling right, maybe your oiler gear is starting to turn on the plastic part of it, or maybe the drum here ain't catching it anymore, eh? So be checking that stuff out. It's a maintenance thing. I talked about that to a guy on Facebook the other day, but I've done videos of that too, where a person needs to take this clip off, this drum off, clean inside here, and re-grease your bearing and put it back together, and then you can inspect everything properly. So it's just basic stuff that a person, if you're making a living with something like this, you really should be doing stuff like that. It doesn't take that long. It's like 15 minutes at night, man. Like it's half an episode of Friends or something. Anyways, okay. So I'm gonna shoot I shooted a video earlier running the saw, and then I'm gonna finish this off here tonight. So keep sawing wood, sticking ash, rubbing the road. Have a great night. Thanks for watching my channel. Happy holidays. Christmas is coming. All you guys that wait till the last minute like I do to buy Christmas presents, don't do that. Get out and get some now. Think about it. You don't have to buy anything special for someone. You just buy them something corny. At least they appreciate it, right? I know what it's like. It's so hard to buy Christmas presents for some people. But yeah, do your best, man. I do. I'll take my daughter out, so I'll shop for Shelly a little bit. Then I'll take Shelly out and shop for Taylor, but she already kind of told me what she wanted. But I better not say that, because then she'll watch my video and find out what I bought her, right? Okay, anyways, have a good night. I'll get on to finishing this off. Okay, Matt. It'll be done in the morning. Bye. Kevin Donny. like it?
Wow, that is
It's
nice.
pretty powerful, eh?
Yeah. No,
Yeah, you know, they're 79 cc's, eh? So
yeah, that's pretty nice.
it's kind
I
of
actually
between.
like how that feels in my hands too. Some of the other ones, I've always kind of liked the feel of the Husqvarna better.
Yeah.
But I actually like how that feels. It's nice. It's
Yeah,
actually
these new ones
comfortable.
have spring mounts, where their older ones had rubber mounts, eh? So
Oh,
the spring
okay.
mounts in them make them smoother.
Yeah.
And that's where Stihls have been a little more popular now with the new designs.
The new design.
We're older guys that have bad hands like the Huskies better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some guys that have Huskies,
Yeah.
and they will run a Stihl for like 2 days, and they got to go back to their Husky because their hands are so bad.
Yeah.
But that's real sensitive, guys, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Okay, that was a nice little visit with Kevin Tuddy here. He got to run the 500i I just did for Matt Vickberg, and he'll be following with it tomorrow, so we'll see how it stands up.
Nice.
Little sawdust on the lens here.
Come on, Matt.
Yeah.
You're doing well, buddy.
Nothing like some two-stroke in the morning here, or night too, eh? Some chips flying.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Kevin.
Cool. Right on.